corner. Football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
And that pass, a big one for Matt Stafford, folks. He just went over 50,000 career passing yards. Just the 12th ever NFL quarterback to do that. The former #1 pick.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
From the red zone now, Stafford.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 12-yard line.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Third and 2, Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And Gay knocks this one through. Well, all season, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I liked about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
What a matchup here for our first game of 2022. The 103rd season in NFL history, and this is the first of 285 games on the schedule this year. Now, both of these teams certainly hope to be playing in that 285th game. That would be Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. The Rams were able to raise the Super Bowl 56 banner before the game. Of course, they beat Cincinnati on this very field back in February to win that Lombardi Trophy.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing is Allen on third. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be out right at the 35. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that's because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Slot man moves right. And the slot man goes in motion left. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now Stafford. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 35 on 2nd down, Stafford. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. They'll roll him that way. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in him.
Our first carry for the rookie from Georgia, it's James Cook. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
On second and 12, Allen, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Allen going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. That's complete to John Ross. And he is going to have the Bills first down, and it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Allen again. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Diggs going in motion right. They run with Hines. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. The slot man in motion right. Now the 4th-year running back. This is Devin Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken the lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Stafford on third down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. It's taken to the 26. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the Bills first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
From the 16, Allen.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's Allen to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted.
picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Rams will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Play action. Stafford.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Allen. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles. You're talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us
into a sea of defenders unintercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for. An interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Terrell Bernard now with his second sack here on opening night.
To try again after the sack. Stafford, that's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Touchdown! Tyler Higbee from 21 yards away. And the Rams take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Fielded right around the 8.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run the ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Terrell Bernard bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 31. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll run it. Here's Cook. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Stafford on 1st down. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Stafford. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg still. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Yeah. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Andy Isabella, 63 yards. And the Bills strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going up top for Kupp. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Cooper Kupp,
33 yards.
and the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
On first down, Allen. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. The throw out to Ross. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves them with a 2nd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. This is Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. There's some space here. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Allen swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Allen.
first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Diggs going in motion right. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Allen. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw is Allen. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past...
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Henderson. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Stafford here. And this one too low. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Throwing again is Stafford.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. Down inside the 10.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner.
That part of the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously. But the first game of the year always a special one. And love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.